it starts to dawn on you.
And if you have kids, right?
Yes.
Young people throw caution to the wind. They put stuff out on these sites that could potentially be very embarrassing to them down the road. It's just a very, very scary situation. So, you're trying. GFI is trying with products like Web Monitor. Are they going to be able to do it all in one fell stroke? No, but at least this stuff is on the radar.
Exactly, and it is, and it has been for us for quite some time. And that gets back to us sort of, trying to lead the curve. One of the things that we did with Web Monitor and also even Mail Essentials was understand that there was that risk out there, and we try to address that early on in the piece. Mm-hmm. We put the white papers up on our website about the dangers of social networking, because it's not all about controlling with a product. It's about policy, and it's about education as well. So it's a three-pronged attack. And without those three prongs, all happening at the same time, you're fighting an uphill battle.
You are. And I mean, you can do, and I've done videos about using social media in business. For example, Twitter. And because, GFI monitors and listens to what people are saying about it on Twitter, for example, and responds to it. And it's a great way to research and learn who your customer is. But you got to be careful. So that's on the radar. That's good to know. So, you got a lot of products. Just
yep.
What's the most popular products that GFI sells today?
Okay, I mean, I would list out Mail Essentials, Landguard, Events Manager, and Fax Maker probably as the top, most popular products.
Now, listen, folks, in the chat room, I know we're a bunch of geeks, techies. That's why you're watching this stuff, is because you love technology. I don't know how many times I've been told the fax is dead. Faxing's dead. It's stupid. It's dead. Nobody faxes. That is simply not true. There are certain verticals, I hate that term, but there's certain verticals out there that still live and die by faxing.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to point that out to people.
Oh, look, I mean, I've got to tell you, Bruce, it's Fax Maker has been booming this year. It's brilliant for us. I mean, we're really loving Fax Maker currently. And a lot of it boils around, let's say, the medical industry, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, doctors are notorious, absolutely notorious for the amount of paperwork they do. Mm-hmm. And they love to put their John Hancock on a piece of paper, right? Mm-hmm. Right. Okay, so then you take that and there's a lot of information transfer happening via fax, by paperwork, right?
Right.
And then you take the HIPAA regulations and you throw that into the mix. And all of a sudden, faxing's actually a really good option for the medical industry. Mm-hmm. Because to a point, it reduces their burden from the HIPAA side, because it's telecommunications. Mm-hmm. And then number two, you can do things like intelligently routing information to the people that need to receive that information.
Right.
Okay. So no longer do you have to worry about, oh my God, I have to put my fax machines behind closed doors and with a key to it, and that key can only be given to two people because there might be confidential information on that fax machine.
Right.
So there's an absolute need for it. And, we forget that there's a lot of big organizations that do business with, hundreds of thousands of customers. And it's those hundreds of thousands of customers that want to give the big organization a paper-based, fax transmission.
Right.
So as much as that big organization wants to invest a whole bunch of technology, energy, and effort into being able to do ordering online or, receiving information online or via email, the reality is if their consumer base doesn't shift, they still have to receive faxes.
So true. Manufacturing is another sector big with faxing. Legal, law firms big on faxing. So it's just, I think, a misconception in the IT world that everybody does everything with PDFs and emails and that sort of thing.
Absolutely.
Okay, it's just really, truly, folks, it's a huge misconception. Landguard is one of the products. Universities, right? Their instructors, when people are doing IT coursework, Well, tell them now, go get GFI Landguard and for an assignment. It's so well known. We see a lot of that, but GFI is very well known out there for Landguard.
You have no idea, Bruce, how many license keys I have given out to universities in higher education units because they train their students using Landguard for network security.
Yeah, well, exactly, because it's so popular, and it's there. You know, for the life of me, Scott, I've looked around at competitive stuff, and I haven't seen anything that really holds a candle to Landguard.
And you know why, Bruce? You know why that is? And because people ask me, who are the competitors, that you have with Landguard? And I'll say, look, there are at least 22 different competitors out there. But there are very few that do the patch management, the vulnerability, the auditing, and the reporting all in one product.
Exactly. Right there. Yeah, if you add them all together, you might get there. But as kind of a turnkey solution, it's going to be tough to beat. And then the price is a whole different ballgame as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And if you need less than 5 IPs, you can't beat GFI's price. It's free. Go ahead, suckers. Beat us on that.
Actually, I'll go back to another point. You just reminded me, talking about Landguard.
Yeah.
You talk about growth and what some of the things are. The other thing that I probably forgot to talk about was compliance. Mm-hmm. I mean, through what the world has gone through over the past 3 years, there's a lot of rules and regulations that have come out and have not just sort of started being enforced properly, right? They're really starting to kick into it.
Right.
And things like Events Manager and Landguard are two products that sit just beautifully in that space because we can help. We're not the silver bullet, right? We're not. In fact, there's no one piece of software that is a silver bullet. But what we do is we give people tools to empower them to get to the point where they are compliant.
Okay. So let me ask you this. A lot of companies are about brands. Branding, Coca-Cola, Ford Motor. We get, we get that. That's very elemental in the business and sales world. But the question is, do you find that is loyalty to GFI that, grows your business, or is it loyalty to a particular product? And if it's about branding, how do you work on building that GFI brand?
Absolutely. I mean, once again, we'll go to the marketing machine that we have, from a GFI branded standpoint, and the marketing department is excellent. If you want me to answer whether I think people are loyal to GFI or are they loyal to a product, I'm going to say that it is the products that get people's loyalty. And I can recount an enormous number of times that I've actually dealt with an end user who has not just moved companies but have moved countries, and the new organization they start to work for, they come in and they put the GFI product in. Like, we'll take Mail Essentials, for instance. So they not only will they move company and they'll bring Mail Essentials with them, they can move country and company and bring Mail Essentials with them. No matter where they go, they're always going to use that product. And based around that, they then will start investigating more of what GFI do when they have a need or a problem, because they love the product so much, they know it works, they know it does exactly what it needs to do, that they feel far more confident in being able to come back to GFI and say, okay, I have another need. Can you help me out here?
Fair enough. Good answer. Thank you. That makes a lot of sense.
Do I get a tick on that one?
Yeah, I think you did good on that. Let's go ahead and wrap this up with one last question for you. So, we are a business technology show, and we have a lot of small business people that, they like to hear